when you study your Bible, to you, what Rebecca did was a bad thing by conniving with Jacob to supplant and subvert the blessing of Esau. To you, it was bad. But to Rebecca, she was doing the right thing. Everything Rebecca did to her was the right thing. Why? When the children were born, there was a prophecy that the younger shall serve, the elder rather shall serve the younger. That was the prophecy. That Esau shall serve Jacob. And Rebecca knew it is the blessing that empowers the prophecy. So when she saw the blessing going to Esau, she said, no, I will fight for the prophecy. She was fighting for the prophecy on her son. That's what she was fighting for. And what did she do? Because she knew that the father must feel, the father must feel every son that comes to his presence. The father must feel every son that appears before him. Even though the father was physically blind, but he must feel the warmth. That is what happens when we come before God. God must feel you. You cannot be in his presence and your mind is half-hearted. You can't be in his presence and your mind is scattered. Heaven must feel your presence. So what did she do? She killed an animal and put it as a garment. That's what happened. Because you cannot approach God in your physical capacity, Christ was killed. And you wore him as a garment. Now we have access. We have access to God. So we come boldly unto the throne of grace that we may obtain mercy. Christ has been killed. So we put him on as a garment. We wear him as a garment. We place him on ourselves. As we approach before God, we come to the true and the living way. We come with access to God, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sin. So we have come before God, and that was what Rebecca was doing. Rebecca wanted to hasten and facilitate the prophecy by connecting Jacob to the blessing. But hear me, when Esau came, Genesis 27:36, he said to the father, is there still one blessing left for me? All through the life of Jacob, we see a young man who was trying to survive by himself. A young man who, to him, every opportunity has to be maximized. To him, every opportunity has to be maximized. He wants to grab everything. But when it was time for encounter, God said to him, put all these things away. Put them away. Put them away. And that is the point heaven would want you to come to in life. A time in your life where God sets you up for an encounter, everything will fail. I'm telling you the truth. Everything will, every single thing. If you still have where your heart is dependent on, then you are not ready for this journey that's coming.